In a world that was once full of life and light, eternal darkness now reigns. Old legends say that the sun once shone brightly on this land, but it was stolen by ancient gods who want to return the world to chaos. Only one artifact can bring back the light, the legendary Stone of Dawn. A lone traveler walks through ruined roads and gloomy forests. His eyes are full of determination, but his heart is full of fear. His path lies through the darkest corners of the earth where no one has dared to go. In his hands is an ancient map, passed down from generation to generation. This map is the key to an artifact, but its secrets are hidden behind ancient writings that can only be revealed to those who are worthy. The first challenge is a bleak desert where no sound can be heard except the ominous howl of the wind. This place has been abandoned by life, but every step of the traveler weighs on him, as if darkness consumes his soul. In the distance, something golden begins to shimmer. Is this the destination of his journey? Hope springs up inside him, but the darkness of this world is stronger than it seems. The traveler has little time, and every moment brings him closer to his inevitable doom. He finds the first key, an ancient artifact that shines with a cold light. But this light does not bring warmth. It only increases his sense of unease. His consciousness begins to cloud over, as if something or someone is watching him. The journey continues. Now he walks through valleys that were once covered in forests, but are now covered in an everlasting mist. In these valleys lurk creatures that live in the shadows and watch the traveler's every move. The sound of footsteps behind me. A creature that pours darkness on the ground appears out of nowhere. Its body is covered in tentacles, and its eyes glow white, reflecting lost souls. The traveler pulls out an ancient blade given to him the night before his journey. His blade glimmers for a moment and plunges into the creature's body, cutting it apart. The creature disappears in a puff of black smoke. However, the ordeal does not end there. The traveler has to find the second part of the artifact, hidden deep underground in an abandoned temple of the ancient gods. The temple is shrouded in darkness and oblivion. Statues of the gods stand in the corners as if watching his every move, and the floor is strewn with the remains of those who have tried to find the artifact before him. In the center of the hall is an altar, where the other half of the artifact lies. But just as he approaches the altar, the light behind his back fades, and out of the shadows appears the final obstacle, an ancient guardian. The guardian is a creature woven of shadows, with a face devoid of features, but his eyes are abysses, drawing him into the abyss. The final battle begins. The traveler fights with all the strength left in him. His body is exhausted, but his spirit is not broken. He realizes that this is his last chance to save the world. As the guardian falls, the darkness begins to recede. The traveler joins the two parts of the artifact, and the Stone of Dawn flashes with a bright light. The light slowly spreads through the ancient temple, destroying the darkness and its spawn. The traveler comes to the surface. The darkness is dispelled, and for the first time in years, the sun begins to rise above the horizon. He knows that there is still a long way to go to restore peace, but the first step has been taken. The traveler leaves the temple, but his ordeal is not over. The world around him begins to change. The ancient gods, sensing the approach of light, awaken from their age-old slumber, and their shadows begin to cover the sky. Thunder rolls across the empty lands, and the darkness thickens around him once more. Several days pass. The traveler sees the world begin to come to life. Green forests reappear in place of the bleak valleys, and life returns to the lands that were once abandoned. But on the horizon, the clouds are gathering again. The ruins of an ancient city are visible in the distance, and the traveler feels that his journey is not yet complete. The traveler goes to the ruins, feeling the call of the Dawnstone. The ancient city is the place where his adventure began, and now here lies the last secret of darkness. The traveler realizes that the last enemy before him is the spirit of the ancient god himself, who will rise from the ruins to reclaim his power over the world. Hidden underground in the ruins is a huge sarcophagus covered with ancient writings. The Stone of Dawn begins to glow more and more as the traveler gets closer. The sarcophagus begins to tremble, and a dark figure begins to rise from it. This is the final test, the final battle that will decide the fate of the world. But now the light of the Dawnstone grows stronger. The traveler raises the artifact, and the bright light pierces the statue, tearing it apart. Shards of stone fall to the ground with a thunderous crash, and the darkness begins to recede. As the sky clears and the sun reappears, the traveler realizes that his task is complete. However, he knows that the victory over darkness is only temporary. The world needs a new protector to guard the light, and that choice falls to him.